why the moon matters, physical life and astrological meaning. What if I told you that life on Earth could probably exist without the moon? But it would be far more chaotic, less stable, and much harder to sustain. When we talk about the moon, we usually speak symbolically. Emotions, intuition, cycles, the feminine. But today, I want to start somewhere else, with physics. Because the symbolism of the moon only works because the moon physically does what it symbolizes. So let's begin with the most important role of the moon, stability. The moon stabilizes Earth's axial tilt. That tilt is what gives us the seasons. Without the moon, Earth's axis would wobble dramatically over long periods of time. That means extreme climate swings, unpredictable ice ages, and long stretches of environmental instability. Life might still arise, but sustaining complex ecosystems becomes much harder. So the moon doesn't create life. It protects continuity. Now let's think about the tides. The moon is the primary driver of Earth-ocean tides. Those tides didn't just move water, they created rhythm. Early life depended on repeated cycles of wet and dry, concentration and dilution, exposure and retreat. That rhythmic stress is what helped life adapt and evolve. Without strong tides, life still exists, but experimentation slows. Once again, life doesn't disappear, but momentum does. There is one more physical role that often gets overlooked. The moon slows Earth's rotation. Early Earth spun much faster. Days were much shorter. Over time, the moon lengthened the day, softening temperature extremes and stabilizing atmospheric dynamics. This gave biology something essential: time. Time to regulate, time to recover, time to synchronize. And this brings us to biology, because life doesn't just respond to chemistry, it responds to timing. Biology needs rhythm, rest cycles, repair phases, predictable oscillations. The moon corresponds biologically to circadian rhythms, fertility cycles, hormonal regulations, and nervous system's downregulation. Even today, many marine species still rely on lunar cycles to reproduce. The moon functions like a metronome. Without a metronome, music still exists, but coherence is lost. And this is where astrology enters, not as a metaphor, but as correspondence. In astrology, the moon is not just emotion. The moon governs the body, memory, safety, emotional regulation, and the ability to metabolize experience. The sun shows direction and purpose. The moon shows whether that purpose can be lived without burnout. A strong sun without lunar support often looks like brilliance without sustainability, drive without nourishment, intensity without rest. Just as Earth without the moon becomes unstable, our psyche without lunar coherence becomes overwhelmed. So here's the key idea. The moon does not initiate life. It makes it livable. It makes life livable, physically, biologically, psychologically, and astrologically. The moon is the keeper of rhythm. It allows intensity to soften into intimacy. experience to become memory, and time to become meaning. When we track the moon in astrology, we are not predicting moods, we're observing how stability is maintained as life unfolds. And that's why the moon still matters, both in the sky and within us.